Welcome, everyone, to another episode of MProper Mimi. It is I, your host, Mimi Jax, and we're going to be talking about things that empower women at home, work, and play. So, I'm excited for another episode. I'm always excited because we always have such wonderful guests and we have great conversations. So, I just want to introduce you guys to one of my favorite people. I love her content. She's so sweet. So Ashlei Cupid is here with us today. Yay!
Hi.
Hi, thank you for joining me.
Oh, thank you for having me. I'm really excited. I don't know
Oh,
if you can tell.
I'm always, happy, excited. So I'm so glad you could join us today. And why don't we get started just by you even telling us who you are and what it is that you love to do?
Of course. Well, I am Ashley, and I am usually a ball of sunshine. No, so I am new at podcasting as well. You were actually my first guest ever, so you kind of
Yay.
inspired me. So today.
Oh,
I'm
thank you.
a I'm a freelancer, so I do a lot of social media content for um, businesses or like small content creators,
Mhm.
and and I just started a lifestyle. Hold on, can I? Did you hear that?
Uh-huh.
And I just started my mindset and lifestyle coaching. So I kind of do a little bit of everything right now.
I love it. And I mean, that's oftentimes we are busy. We're doing a little bit of everything, keeping ourselves occupied. So, hey, more power to you. That is so awesome. Yay. And how
Thank you.
did you get into like creating content and everything?
Oh man. So I've always wanted to do it. So I feel like I've been on Instagram forever, right? And
Mm.
I've always followed amazing content creators. I try to follow people whose content was very positive, whether lifestyle based. And then I said one day, I can do this. I take great photos. I
Hmm.
like I felt like this was something I could do. I don't want to sound too vain, but I was like, it's something that I want to do. So I started a little bit, during the pandemic. And then I
Hmm.
kind of just fell off. I wasn't really learning a lot about it. You have to be very consistent doing
Oh,
this. And
yeah.
so within the past year, that's when I really started getting consistent and kind of figuring out what my niche was.
Yeah.
And it just kind of went from there. And it came very authentic. It felt like I wasn't trying to push myself to do this, um,
Hmm.
like I was when I first started Instagram. So now I'm at this point where I feel very comfortable about the content that I make and what I push out there. And I just want it to be a place, like a safe place for everyone on social media. We're going to be on social media all day anyway. So why not create content that is, that was authentic to me, and I'm all about lifestyle and positivity and wellness. So that's kind of
Yeah.
how I started, and it just kind of came back around full circle, and I was like, let me just do this for real. So I've been doing
Yeah.
this like consistently for like the
Hmm.
last maybe 4 months, and I my page has really grown.
I
So
love it.
it's not for the weak, but it's a lot of fun. Um, some days I cry because I'm like, oh my God, I did all this work and then I only got like 2 likes, and I was sitting there crying. I was like, this is not for me. But you don't do it for the likes. You do it if the reason why I'm doing it is to
Yeah.
really have a wellness community for, men and women. So,
Yeah. And girl, don't even sweat it with those two likes because content is forever, so
yeah.
you may get two likes this week, but then that content is still relevant, like even in podcasting we talk about like evergreen content. It's like, and when you're talking about wellness and positivity, those are things that it's going to be true in January, it's going to be true in December, so those two likes now, you never know. In July, people may be on the beach and they may be looking up for content and they be like, oh, look at this. And then boom, 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 boom.
That's all I'm waiting for.
Yeah.
That's all I'm
And
waiting for.
yeah. And consistency is key. I mean, I must apologize to my listeners because I have not been consistent. I mean, I
It's so
usually take
hard.
a break. Yeah, it is really hard. And and when you're doing a lot of things yourself, then sometimes um, it could get frustrating. Or sometimes people talk about pod fade, where they're working, they're doing everything, they're doing the marketing, the promotion, and the content and the
Mhm.
editing, and then they just kind of like, oh, I get so tired. I don't even want to start doing anything. Um, so
Yes,
I
that is.
usually take a break between seasons. I'd say between November and February,
Mhm.
and I think this year I took an extended break from like maybe September until April.
Oh, that is that. See, I wish I could do that. I took a small break right after like when I want to say probably in December.
Hmm.
And I was getting, it was a lot going on. I was getting ready to go on vacation. I was like, this is the perfect time to kind of just take a break, stay off of
Yeah.
social media, and just relax. And then I kind of did that until like the middle of January because I really wanted to figure out like, okay, what is it? What's my brand? Like, what's my ultimate brand? What am I going
Right.
to be consistent at posting? So I did
Hmm.
take a break, and I'm thinking about I may have to take one in the summertime. So I'm gonna have to
Yeah.
learn how to like do like a mega batch type of content and just put stuff out there. That way I
Hmm.
don't feel worried about losing followers or not gaining any. But you definitely have to take a break because it will get to you, especially if you're
Hmm.
busy and you have constant stuff going on. You're like, oh my God, did I do this today? So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. And I think as women we burden ourselves, or we're used to juggling a lot of things. Sorry guys, sometimes you're not that good at multitasking, and just because we are good at multitasking doesn't mean that we're good at saying no. Like
I am
sometimes,
not good at saying no.
yeah, yeah,
Say
things
yes to
pop up and
everything.
I'm like, "Oh yeah, sure."
Mhm, mhm.
Yeah. We
Yeah, it's
just need a
bad, and
break.
I know, and this, I hate to say it, but I before becoming a mother, I used to like remember everything.
Oh, wow.
I have mommy brain. I have mommy brain.
Uh,
So I can't
uh-huh.
always say like it kind of helps because I can't always say no. I can't say yes all the time. Now I have to like actually look on the calendar like what am I saying yes to, make sure I remember. And I have like a journal. I have like a journal planner, then I have a digital planner, then I have all my
Mhm.
notifications on because I'll forget stuff. Like right now I don't know where my keys are, but I'm telling you I'll find them probably
You
in a
might
few
find
weeks.
them outside.
Yes, yes. Oh my God, that was real.
Oh,
That was real.
uh-huh.
They stayed outside overnight.
Oh my goodness. I have to admit, I've done something similar, where I'll leave them in the door sometimes and I'm like, where are my keys? And I'm like, oh shoot, they're in the door.
Yeah, it is.
um,
Goodness, I have to take a break, a mental break. Just pause.
mm-hmm.
You
So,
have good. You always have good episodes. Yeah, I always, every time I listen, and I mean, when I listen to everyone's podcast, I always like, I'm either constantly like either doing something.
mm-hmm.
I love to listen to podcasts when I'm walking in the gym, when I'm
Yeah.
cooking. So, and I don't care how long people's stuff is sometimes. I'll just be listening. And then I'm like, wait, I have to go back and listen.
Yeah, yeah. It's almost like talk radio, it's just like keeping it playing in the background, letting it go. Um, and I love like, yeah, listening and tuning in with people and seeing like, you know, their topics or their guests. And then I don't know about you, but I'm the type of listener who I'll dig deep. Like if you say, "Oh yeah, and this book was great," I'm like Googling this book. I'm like, "Ooh, yeah, maybe I should read that book or something." Or if they said they went to some place and they ate and it was delicious, I'm like, "Ooh, let me save that
Yes, that
location
is
so I
me
could go
too.
visit." Hmm.
That's me. There's this one podcast that I love to listen to, and she is the owner of Summer Fridays. I don't
Hmm.
know if you've heard of that brand. Yes, but she has a nice, it's in Sephora, and every time she does her own ads, so she reads, the script and stuff for
Yeah,
the
yeah.
ads. And one time she said, I think it was like Way. I think the products are called Way, and they're hair products. And she made it sound so like luxurious. Girl, I got the whole set in my bathroom.
Isn't it funny how it works like that? I'm like, oh, it sounds so good when someone else is describing it. I was like, I'm just gonna get it. I'm just gonna go ahead and buy it. I'm
I
just gonna get
do.
it.
I have it sitting in my bag. Now, I won't lie. Some of the products are really good. The Way products are like really good. There's like a, a detoxifying apple cider vinegar scalp rinse, a sugar scrub for your
Oh,
scalp.
mm-hmm. Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
I was like, okay, look at my
Yes. Come on with the products. I am a sucker for some good products, some black owned, some woman owned,
face.
some
Hmm.
locally produced, I'm like, okay, let me support like the small businesses.
Yes, yes. I've been learning to do that because of you.
Oh, good. Yay.
Have. I have. So really proud of myself.
Yay, good job. Good job. So what do you have like planned or any trips coming up for like the summer or you know, oh, there's a secret.
Wow.
There's a surprise.
Okay. Right here. First hold on.
You heard it here.
Right. Yeah, so you know what? I'm in this really just like crazy little period in my life right now. And I'm supposed to be moving. Like I may or may not be moving. I don't know, which is so not like me because I am by the book.
Yeah.
Like literally, I am by the book. Um, but I don't know. I may or may not be moving. And then this
Mm-hmm.
summer, I do know that regardless, whatever happens in the next few weeks, um, I will be celebrating my birthday, which is my last year in my 20s.
Hey, hey, hey.
Yes. So I am hoping to plan a Virgin cruise. Have you heard of
Oh.
Virgin Cruises?
I don't think so. I mean, are they related to the flights, the airplanes?
Yes, yes, yes. So
Nice.
it's an adult only cruise.
Ooh,
So
okay. I
yes,
see you.
no children, no
Mm-hmm.
children at all. You're out on sea. It's a beautiful cruise ship. It's not like a little janky type cruise.
Mm-hmm.
It's really nice. It's catered to adults. I will say this, and I hope this isn't like offensive to anyone, but if you're like really conservative,
Yeah.
it probably won't be your cup of tea.
Mm-hmm. This is an improper cruise.
Yeah. Yeah, so if you're like a really conservative person, it probably won't be your cup of tea, but like it is. I'm telling you, I have been watching. Shannon and I have been watching so many vlogs lately. It's on our mind, so I'm
Oh,
really hoping
wow.
to get that planned for our birthday, for my birthday, and then also June is just a busy month. My son was born June 4th.
Mm-hmm.
My wedding anniversary is June 10th.
Oh,
My birthday is
wow.
June 15th, and then you have Father's Day on the 20th. And
Yes.
yeah, and then every 4 years, Father's Day falls on my birthday. So it's right. So I am planning to do a Virgin cruise, and right now we're in talks of taking Hendrix to Disney
Oh,
for his
nice.
birthday. He'll be 2, so I'm thinking maybe like 2 days because I've done Disney in the summertime and it ain't for me.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Right. It's not, it's no, it's not for me, but I will do 2 days for his second birthday. And that's really it on the traveling for the summertime. I am
Yeah.
wanting to, I have been manifesting and doing a lot of visions, like vision
Mm.
boards of making travel like a priority for
Wow.
like the years to come. I think that's just what
Yeah.
I'm destined to do is just travel. And like, and,
You're
and like,
like, look, I'm leaving these 20s behind. I need to get my travel
yes,
life
like
together.
I just want to travel, have good drinks. You know, I love a good drink.
I'm right there with you.
So I think that's really, honestly, that's all that I have planned for the summer and really just enjoy my last year in my 20s. I'm so excited to
Yeah.
finally be like 29. It's a little scary. I may cry. Call me on my birthday. I may cry. Okay.
You'll cry before, during, and after.
I may cry, but I'm so excited. So I'm really excited to be 30
Yeah.
here. So yeah, other
You
than
have
that,
already done so much even before 30. Like, yes. So, I
it's
mean, it's
scary
just
almost.
another session, like another stage of life. It'll just be beautiful.
It is. And
Yeah.
I am hoping to come to New York too pretty soon,
Yes.
especially if I'm going to be moving from Philly here. I do want to
Hmm.
take another New York trip.
Come on down. I'm
Yes,
here. Visit. I love it.
I was like, we should do you know what's been on my mind? Broadway. Because
Yes.
I
Yes.
was like, I have to do a Broadway show. So yeah, I've been keeping my eye on them to see what shows they're
I
in.
know you want to see MJ.
I do. I do.
Hmm.
I want to see
Yeah.
all of them. So I'm just like, when is a good time to go? And how many shows can I fit?
Listen, we can fit multiple shows in the same day because they have a matinee and then they have an evening show. And
Oh,
then a lot of times, what I'll do is I'll go to like the tickets outlet or whatever, and I'll
yeah.
get like same day or next day tickets for like half price. And they have lotteries, and so there's tons of different ways to get tickets, to score ways to go to the show.
Yeah.
I've been doing I've been doing Carnegie Hall lately. And I would love, and I'm putting this out there because if anyone's listening and they work at Carnegie Hall or they know someone who works at Carnegie Hall, I'm really interested in their diversity program. Like, I
Mm,
know Beethoven ain't up there like just trying to bring in new people and new content. But I've
yeah.
been seeing and noticing lately, like in their seasons, black violinists, pianists, singers. And I'm like, I'm here for it. I want to see. I mean, this past season, I went to four different shows, and I am so bad with the content. In my mind, I have
Mhm.
great content in my mind, but I've got to make it, So hopefully, by the time you guys hear this show, I will also post TikTok
Yeah, girl.
about the different venues that Carnegie Hall has. They have their big auditorium. They have Zankum Hall or Zanko Hall or one of those things. And then they
Mhm.
have, I think there's like a rehearsal hall too. So they're different sizes, the seats, because I went to Carnegie Hall years ago, up in the balcony, cheap tickets, and I was like, never again. I'm like, these are like really small seats that my legs are cramped. I'm like, I
Yeah.
can't do it. But I was down in the orchestra section.
Oh,
Very nice. I
very nice
could
daughter.
stretch out a little bit more. Um, I saw this all female mariachi band, and that was amazing. Audra McDonald was amazing. So
Oh,
I've been like, yes, I want to see like as many as possible, like different,
yeah.
diverse orchestras or musicians and singers, over there. So I want to
Yes.
I want to find out how they come up with their diversity. So I want to talk to someone over there
I
about that.
I'm right there with you. Growing up. When I was I'm still growing up. But
When
growing
I
up,
was younger.
right, when I was yeah, oh my gosh, am I getting ready to start saying that?
It's okay. It's wonderful.
Back in my day. Um no, one thing I know, like when I was in middle school and high school, film, theater, all of that was like my jam. I don't know what happened
Yeah.
after that, but it's slowly something about this year. It's so weird because something about this year has been bringing back a lot of like my childhood loves, like things that
Yeah.
I loved in my childhood. And I did, I told my husband that, a few days ago or a few weeks ago, I was like, I want to get back into theater. Like I used to really love it. Like I used to do it behind the scenes and on
Yeah.
stage and then be an audience. And I was like, I want to do that. I want to get back into that. So that sounds like something, girl, I should just come up on the weekends
Just
and we
come
should just
up. Yes, I'm
and I will
telling
do all
you.
your content for you. like, seriously, I'm like, look, I'm gonna get on
Like,
the
ooh, can you
train.
send me that picture? I'm like, yes, that's a
Yes,
great video. Can you send me that?
yes. Like it should be like a whole little team. I'm like, look, I'm catching the 5 o'clock train. I'll meet you
Uh-huh.
in the city. I'll take all your photos and videos. I'll give it to you before I leave, and boom. Because I just, it's something that I really, all of a sudden, it came back into my life. It was like it had left a
Yeah.
little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Probably like my sophomore year of college, I just like stopped
Yeah.
doing theater and film. And like all of a sudden, here we are almost 7 years later. And I'm
Mm.
like, I love this stuff and I miss it. So when I was there and we were putting the playbills here, and like all of these memories came back, and I was like, yeah, I miss
Yeah.
this. I want to do this. So yeah.
Yeah. And see, that's more content because I was like, oh yeah, all those playbills I got, I should be like, boom, 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 boom.
Yes,
Look at
you
this.
should. You should. Look, I'm literally an hour train away from you. Just clear a weekend. You be like, hey, can you come and help me, girl? And I'm like, yeah.
Oh,
I
I
just
would
need
love
I just need
that.
room and board, no charge. I just need a place to lay my head in.
No problem. You know I got you.
For real. Because I'll be like, look, I can also go to the Broadway and stuff.
Yes, yes. There's and even some of the off-Broadway,
Yeah.
plays and musicals are really good too. You get to see them. And this is what I need to try to figure out. How do I get to see them before they make it to Broadway? Like you could definitely see them off Broadway, but I want to see like the rehearsal, like I want to see like the test runs and stuff like
Yes.
that.
Have you ever tried like after a show, do you ever stay to kind of like talk to the cast and crew? Like do they ever have like cast and crew night or anything like that nearby or like after the
Hmm.
show?
I'm not sure. Like, I've definitely stayed outside and waited for them to come out, and they'll usually come out and sign, your playbill or whatever. So I've done that a couple times. I think like maybe the opening and closing nights, they have like special events. I've never been to one of those.
We have
Um,
to go to one. We have to go to one.
yeah,
If you
yeah.
find one, just send me the information. I'll get on a train and we can do it because I've been dying to go to a show. It doesn't matter if it's Broadway, off Broadway,
Yeah.
but just to go and like get that theater bug,
Let's do
back.
it.
I feel
Yeah.
like I'm missing it a little. I
Leave all
am.
your
I'm like,
cares and your loves behind and just come on and visit me.
yes, yes, I am down for that. I am down for that.
Yes, I mean, and I love it when people come to visit, and
You're a great host.
oh, thank you. I'm
You
the
are.
hostess with the mostest.
You are.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I mean, I love having people over, and I love like, and that's something I kind of got out of having like brunches or having people come over and just like, that sisterhood, that bonding, and just,
Yeah,
like lounging and having a good time. So I'm
yeah,
always glad when people are in the neighborhood or they can stop by and visit or
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
I will tell you, that's something that I need to work on more.
Mm.
I feel like I've become very like introverted the last few years. I don't
Mm.
have many friends as like bright and sunny that I am, or that
Yeah.
people think that I am. I don't like that was when I came and had brunch with you, we had brunch for your daughter's birthday, but that was
Yes.
the first time that I have been with like other females. Um, and that's so sad to say out loud. Like,
Well, females aren't all they're cut up to be. I'm just kidding. I'm just
right. No,
kidding.
I know. No, like just to be, I mean, like just to be around, other people and other minds and stuff. It
Yeah.
was just like, I need to do more of that. And I need to be more willing to network more and be
Yeah.
opening to having relationships and friendships like
Hmm.
lasting, like call back people and text people back. That's my biggest problem. Like it's like I don't know what happens. I'll meet people and they're really nice and stuff, but
Hmm.
honey, I will not text back.
Well, I have been blessed with some really great friends, and because I am horrible. Well, I mean, I'm good at networking and I'm good at connecting other
Yeah.
people with each other, but I'm really bad at calling people. Um, like keeping in touch like that. Like I'm really lucky that my friends haven't like disowned me. But yeah, going to like an event and being in the city and um being part of different organizations, has helped me that I go to these events and I see people and I'm meet and greeting. Like I just went to an event this week, actually.
Mhm.
It was a Black real estate and a corporate real estate, two organizations kind of like together, having an event.
Mhm.
And I noticed one guy. Most of the people who rose their hands and asked a question, if it was a good question, I was like already looking them up on LinkedIn. I was like, I'm going to get you at the after hour, and you're going to be my friend. You
Okay.
know. And then like even the speakers, I was like fascinated by. It was like four, Black women at different like senior levels in corporate real estate and like kind of like the field that I'm in, my
Yeah.
day job, right? And they just spoke about how um, they've had to advocate for themselves and their teams at their various companies, how they got into their position and roles. And one woman was saying, she didn't have a degree, but her work ethic and the people she knew and how she networked with people, she would get those recommendations and people
Yeah.
knew her work. And that's how she kind of climbed the ladder. And they talked about like what they wanted to do and what they wanted to be in the next 5 years. So it was like really encouraging to see, and I was like, that woman right there, I'm going to meet her.
Yeah. Yeah. I need to do more stuff like that because I
Yeah.
have to learn how to, to like venture out
Mm-hmm.
and really network, which is something I don't know. I don't know if it was, probably and I hate to blame everything on the pandemic, but probably pre-pandemic, I had no problem doing that, like talking to
Yeah.
people and being in people's spaces. And I don't know, like something just changed. Like I was just very like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't really want to talk to anyone. I don't really want to network. I'm fine with like my family. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's almost cult like my family, like my mom and sisters, like we're almost like a creepy little cult because it's very hard to get in,
That's right. I'm telling my sister all the time, I'm like, no new friends. I'm
No,
like, no new cousins either. I'm like, oh, you just realized so and so got married and they have more kids. I'm like, nope, no new cousins. No.
no. So I'm the same way, but I don't know what it is. Like something just clicked in my brain this year, and it was just like, girl, get out your comfort zone, make
Mm-hmm.
friends, do things that you wouldn't normally do, and really network and really like stay in touch.
Yes. Now, have you made any internet friends, like any content, like posting friends or anything like that?
Um, kind of, sort of. So, okay, so I had a few ladies on for my podcast, and I
Mm-hmm.
had like we talk, we DM.
Yeah.
I have not exchanged numbers with people yet,
Some of
but
your best friends, you may not have their numbers. They may be like, you know.
exactly. So I have, we DM. So I have, there's a handful of people that
Mm-hmm.
I have like kind of formed a relationship with. I really engage into like their content and their lifestyle that they put out. I've noticed, they've added me to like their close friends, which is like,
Ooh.
oh,
Yes,
I'm like, okay.
nice.
And I don't have a close friends yet, but I'm thinking about making one. And
Mm-hmm.
I think that would help me kind of like figure out like who my like peers that I want to kind of peek in, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's it. That's it. There's only a few, but I am trying. My husband has a lot of friends, which is so weird because he knows everybody, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Friends with it. He doesn't know a stranger. And meanwhile, I'm the one that's very like, just hi, how are you doing? But then I'm trying to come more around. Some of his friends do have wives and stuff, girlfriends,
Mm-hmm.
wives and stuff. So reaching out to them, starting to have a little bond with them as well. I'm also trying to
Yeah.
do more of like mommy and me groups. That's so out of my comfort zone. I don't want to be around other women. I don't want to be around other children, you know. So but it's something that I'm doing. So
Yeah.
you know,
And it can be exhausting, to make that effort and to, reach out to people and connect with them. There's definitely been some people that, in my mind, they're my friend, and so like we message or we keep in touch, and that's one good thing about social media because it does let you see into other people's lives, as much as they show you, but for some people, they do post about, their events, their families, their
yeah.
achievements, their like um, mishaps and mistakes. So you feel like you get to know them, right?
And I do
Um,
like that part about social media. It's like, oh, okay, so
yeah,
like your
yeah.
digital best friend.
Yeah, have some digital online friends, and then and even in like the world of technology, we talk about it a lot too, of taking it from the app to the real world. It's like, okay, great. We got you interested, you're active in the app, but like let's bring it to the real world. Like, oh, let's meet up in person. Or like you say, like I know your husband plays sports, maybe the other ladies could be like, hey, maybe you guys want to go to a movie while the guys are playing a game, or maybe you just want to like tailgate and be like, "Hey,
Yeah,
let's bring our wine to the game."
yeah,
Something like that. Yeah.
that is
Mhm.
true, and that's ultimately what that's on my vision board. I made a vision board, and I was like, I really want to like make connections and
Nice. Hmm.
relationships with other people. And I was like, I don't know why this seems so important to me right now, but I'm like, I don't know, it's important. So I am trying my I am trying my best to be very, open and
Hmm.
connect with other people that
Yeah.
maybe I never known before. Because on social media, I feel like a lot of people that we follow, they're people that we've known our whole lives. At least for me, a lot of the people that
Hmm.
I follow, I went to elementary with, I went to middle
Hmm.
school with, high school with, or college. And some of the followers are people that I've never even met before, and I've just been
Right.
following you for years. Like there's this one content creator. I love her stuff, and I have been following her for like 4 or 5 years. She's
Oh wow.
verified. She's like she does all kinds of stuff, travel the world, and I just like was always just nice, like just nice, leaving comments here and there, messaging her on the side and stuff. And then like
Yeah.
somebody would tell you, oh, they're never gonna follow you or anything like that, and she followed me. Like,
Nice.
yeah, like she followed
Yeah.
me. She likes my stuff. She watches my stories. Like she's just as
Oh.
engaging. So, it does happen, and it's good that social media is there to help you
Hmm.
network with people that maybe you're not used to. Because I realize,
Hmm.
like, a lot of people that I follow are local family and friends that I've known my whole life almost. And I kind of wanted to get
Oh.
out of that a little
Mhm.
bit. I wanted to network and meet new people. So I do use social
Yeah.
media for that as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. I like it. Even though I'm not on it all the time, sometimes I'll go and I'll have
You're
all
not.
these messages and I'm like, my gosh. I'm like, I don't even want to, I'm like 20 messages like in my sibling chat. I'm like 20 messages. I'm like, I don't have time to look at these right now. But I mean, a lot of it's memes and jokes and stuff.
Yeah.
But it is funny because like, even I knew, so, like you left your keys outside. Like I knew that from social media.
Yeah. I have my keys
So
outside now.
yeah, yeah. So it makes me feel like I'm a little connected with my people.
Yeah.
Um, I do keep them separate though. I'll have my um, improper Mimi account, and then I'll have my personal account. And my personal
Mhm.
one's private, and that one has more like old friends and family, and I'm
Yeah.
following different things that I may be interested. And then on my improper Mimi page, I really would only follow things that mostly empower women or products that I support or people who've been on the show. So that one I'm more selective about who I follow just because of branding. Like I
Mhm.
want to kind of control that narrative of what Improper Mimi's about and who I follow, and then, but it's open. Everybody can follow me on Improper Mimi, and I welcome it. So please be sure to go to impropermimi.com or follow me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, all that stuff. When I do post, you'll get some good gems, it won't be all the time. But
I'm
yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh my gosh.
I'm trying really hard to I used to have so many pages. And I would always follow things that was like related to whatever that page was. Now
Mm-hmm.
it's all down to one page. I do my podcast all on one page because I realized
Mm-hmm.
for me it doesn't work for me to have two pages. Now that, and especially
Yeah.
since I'm so, like I said, I freelance and do other people's pages. I have so
Yeah.
many logins on Instagram. I'm like, wait, let me make sure it's going to the right page. So
Mm-hmm.
I learned for myself, just have everything on one page that I can actually control. And then maybe, as my stuff start to grow, maybe I'll go back into having, this the second page, or, another page. Um, but yeah, I try to do everything on one page, and I try to get out of my comfort zone and be
Uh-huh.
consistent and show a little bit of everything. Because that, ultimately, if that's what I want to do, then that's what I'm going to have to show. That's what I'm going to have to
Yes.
like really make a priority and put out. So,
Yeah. And you
yeah.
are doing it. So it's not even about, like what you want to do, but you are doing it. You're walking in, those shoes of being consistent and doing, yeah, I love it. I love you have such good
Yeah.
content.
Yeah.
Yes.
But it does. It does.
Yeah.
Appreciate
And it's awesome, that we get even the opportunity to express ourselves. You know,
it. Yeah.
some people don't feel comfortable at all, and
Mhm.
I think it's important that we give ourselves grace. Like in space for um, not necessarily forgiveness, but like give yourself like yes, another pat on the back, and you
Yeah.
are doing it. You are consistent, right? And
Yeah.
so nobody's perfect, and yeah, allow yourself to take that break, that pause that we talked about, and to recognize that good things happen when you take a break. Your
Yeah.
juices are flowing, and you're organizing and getting ready to put it out there. So
Yeah. Oh yeah, because you get a lot more like creative. Taking a
mm-hmm,
moment to just stop looking at what you're always seeing,
mm-hmm,
and like, okay, do I need to redirect my branding? Do I need to redirect what I'm putting out there? And then I also believe, when I'm currently doing a mindset and lifestyle coaching. And
mm-hmm.
I just did week 2 with my clients. And
Oh.
one of the things that I wanted them to work on was kind of like, it doesn't matter how old you are, you're always going to be
Mm-hmm.
evolving and growing, and things are going to change. So, how I think my page is supposed to be now, it's going to be totally different probably a year from now. So you
Yeah.
have to give yourself, like you said, that grace to, okay, let me put a pause on this and let me start
Mm-hmm.
rebranding. Let me figure out what really aligns with me now, because what aligns with me now probably didn't align with me what I was putting out 6 months ago.
Right.
So I just have to have that mindset when,
Mm-hmm.
being a creator.
Yes, definitely. Oh, that's awesome. And I love even the coaching too. Like, what do
Yeah.
you what do you find is most enjoyable, about working with different clients and being able to coach them?
So, I mean, honestly, I didn't think coaching would be something I would do,
Mm-hmm.
but I realized that I'm almost an open book. I
Mm-hmm.
realized that growing up and even now, people are always coming to me for like advice or tips. I don't know why I don't ever put out that I'm like a therapist or
Mm-hmm.
anything like that. But I guess because just going to give you an honest response,
Right.
and I'm always going to find out a solution for any type of problem. And
Mm-hmm.
right now, something was like, Ashley, I think you should start doing this for other people, and it
Yeah.
helps me too. while I'm coaching them, I'm
Yeah.
not the type of coach that's just like, okay, give me all this money. I'm going to tell you what to do
Yeah.
and your whole life is going to be better. That's not me. You're not going to get that from me.
Mm-mm.
I'm like, okay, we're going to do this together. If
Mm-hmm.
I give you my thing that I've been loving so far, the last 2 weeks is all the activities that I've been giving my clients, I've been doing with them.
Yeah.
If one of their homework, this week, their homework assignment is doing a vision board and the SMART goal assignment. Guess what? When we have our meeting on Wednesday, I'm going to have my vision board and I'm going to
Uh-huh.
have my SMART goal assignment. So I think so far with the coaching, what I've loved so much is like also learning from the clients because everybody has a different walk of life.
Yeah.
And I'm going to learn from you. You're going to learn from me, obviously. And I'm going to coach you on doing certain things maybe a little differently than what you're used to.
Yeah.
Um, but right now, I think with the clients that I have learned from them already in just 2 weeks. Like,
Mm-hmm.
that's so crazy. Like,
Yeah.
I just how to like approach things, and getting their feedback as well of like how they think their session is going.
Yeah.
So I think that's what I'm looking forward as I continue to grow and as the clients continue to come in. It's just learning everybody's walks of life and how they would
Right.
interpret something because obviously their mindset is totally different from mine.
Mm-hmm.
you know but we want to have a neutral mindset. I want them to have a neutral mindset of where I'm coming from and
Yeah.
make sure that I guess I'm not just like a negative person sometimes. I'm very not a negative. I'm not a negative person. I'm always going to find
Nope.
some type of bright, and that can be really annoying to people. Like, oh my God, you're always so positive. And so I think that's going to be one of my challenges is to
Mm-hmm.
see how I can make more of the client, like make the clients more see the positive and good in everything. So that's
Right.
probably one of the most challenges and what has been fun so far.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I love it. I didn't think I would, but I've been loving it.
Oh,
But I'm
that's
excited to
good.
get some more clients and do it, full time with people. So yeah,
Yeah, that'll definitely, yeah, I'm excited for you too, and I'm glad it's something that you enjoy and that you're good at, So,
yeah,
I mean, that's one thing, we really want is to, the things that we're passionate about of sharing that positivity. And, for me, I often am looking for how to, um, inform or empower people and to make them a stronger or better person,
yeah,
like even at work, it's like I would love for the student to be smarter than the teacher. I take that as a compliment. I did a good job. Okay, so I
yeah.
showed you, like, and so seeing someone to grow and watching them, like, overcome a challenge that they've been facing, or to help
Mhm.
give them new tools that will allow them to be successful or to be happier in life. That's really, gratifying, and it's
Yeah.
special, and it's great that they trust you to do this with them and walk through that process with them.
Yeah,
Um,
for sure. Because I
yeah.
was really scared to start, and I was like, you know what, Ashley, you're good at this, and
Mm-hmm.
that the whole reason why I do social media and content is to empower and inspire all humans. Like,
Right.
use what I know that's worked for me, the wisdom that I know, or the affirmations that I know. This could be my talent to help someone, and that's
Right.
how I have to look at it. You
Yeah.
know, um, so yeah, I'm all about empowering people because then I can also learn. I learn more from the people that I empower as well.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Yeah. And you are such a ray of sunshine and happiness,
I
But
am.
what,
I try.
right, exactly. Like, we try to bring that happiness and positivity. But what might be one improper misconception that people may have about you?
Oh, that's a good one.
Mhm.
Okay, so I would probably say I think I kind of mentioned it earlier. I think people would think that because I am so like what I post, they're like, oh my God, she's probably always happy, has a bunch of friends. She knows everyone, and that's just not true.
Mm-hmm. Keep that circle tight.
I am a very tight knit. I am. I'm very tight knit, and then it does take me a moment to kind of warm up to people in person.
Yeah.
You
Mm-hmm.
know, once I meet someone in person, and we hit it off, it is
Yeah.
everything that you think. I am very uplifting and very like everything is such like, oh my gosh, she's like a walking fortune cookie. But um when I'm alone, and at home and in my element, I do allow myself to have like I do allow myself to really have emotions that are
Mm-hmm.
not so positive, because there has to be a balance. So, no,
Yeah.
people, I am not always happy and smiling. I did have someone tell me that they're like, oh my God, your page is so perfect. Like, your life must be so perfect. And I'm like, girl, like, it's not. And I try to show a little bit of behind the scenes of, like
Mm-hmm.
I'm a stay-at-home mom, like
Mm-hmm.
honey, I am not always smiling. But,
Sometimes you're picking berries out of your hair, you don't
but
know.
you know what I mean? Like I'm in this toddler stage. I don't know what the hell is going on in my life sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I would say that's probably one of the biggest misconceptions that I think people think is, oh my God, everything's just so perfect. She's so happy and stuff. And it's not, that's not true for anyone. I don't think everyone's just all the way happy. But
Yeah.
I will say, I
Mm-hmm.
do choose to see the light at the end of the tunnel
Right.
than
Yeah.
anything else because I've learned this world is so screwed up. And
Mm-hmm.
it started screwed up way before me. And,
Mm-hmm.
the one thing that I can do and contribute to society is to be somebody's light. And if that
Right.
means posting affirmations, if that means that I am posting things that is going to uplift somebody and inspire them, then I'm going
Mm-hmm.
to do that because that's something that's natural for me. And it also helps me. So when I have my bad days,
Yeah.
I do go back and look at the stuff that like I'm preaching to other people, like Ashley, remember what you just coached somebody or remember what you just told, I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, you're right. Like, it's okay. So that helps me heal in certain ways,
Mm-hmm.
whenever I need it. But yeah, and then again, I don't have a lot of friends. So, I don't have like, I know people are like, oh, she's so outgoing. She must have a lot of friends. No.
Oh, I was just listening to a podcast the other day about like making friends and having friends and how it's kind of like a relationship, like Tinder or something for friends. And it's not, I mean, yeah, once you get to a certain age, you kind of get into a routine and they're not as plentiful as they might have been when we were in school.
Yeah.
Um, but the quality of them is really strong. So even, like even if sister and mom are like best friends, like the quality of those relationships, because everybody don't have a good relationship with their family. You know what
They
I'm saying?
don't.
So that's also something, not to take, for granted. It's like, oh yeah, I've got a really good relationship with my
Yeah.
mom, my sister, my daughter, um, all kind of things that we can enjoy.
Yeah.
Um,
And I love that I have those relationships too, because you're right. A lot of people
mm,
don't have those, So if
yeah.
my only friends, if in my life, if it's only going to be my sisters and my mom
Mm-hmm.
and family, then I'm okay with that.
Mm-hmm. And
I'm
then,
okay.
like my sister says, she's like, "Is that really your friend or is it an associate?"
Oh,
I was like, okay, maybe technically it's an associate, but it's somebody
right.
I really like, and we're going to
Okay.
hang out. We're going to go have dinner or something. Even if they're like an associate I see once a year. Or
Right.
actually, you may see associates more often than some of my friends. Some of my friends I may only see like twice a year, but
Yeah.
it's, we just pick it up right where we left
Yeah.
off.
Yeah,
So,
I have a friend that's like that. Like, it's so hard for us to schedule a phone call. It's so hard for us to meet up. But if like we plan a girls trip, I'm there. We
mm-hmm.
meet up and we pick up right where we are. So,
Priceless, priceless. Those are our
yeah.
girls.
So
Those are our sisters.
I'll meet you at the girls. I'll meet you at the next girls trip. We haven't talked in 6 months. I'm like, hey, girl.
Uh-huh. Oh my gosh. Now, where can people find you? I want to be sure that, I mean, we've talked about some really great things, and I think
Yes.
things that can help people to just let you know you're not alone. Like there are so many different um, achievements that people make in their lives without even knowing it, like, but we have that vision, we're looking forward to it, we're happy and excited. Let me tell you, 30s is good. 30s has got to be good. 33 was really awesome. I probably can't remember what was so awesome about it, but I really like 33.
Okay.
um, but yes, yeah, I mean, I want them to be able to follow up with you, reach out to you.
Yeah.
How can we find you?
Yes. So, okay. So you can find me. I'm more social on Instagram at
Mhm.
Ashley Cupid. It's very simple. My whole government name. Uh, Ashley Cupid. And you can also follow my podcast on
Mhm.
Spotify at Continue the Conversation.
Mhm.
And also on the Instagram, that's where you can kind of dive into if you're interested in any freelancing work or if you would like to join my mindset and lifestyle coaching, just send me a DM.
Mhm.
And I'm on YouTube.
Woohoo!
Yes, I'm on YouTube. I have a vlog coming out.
Oh,
Um,
good.
so yeah, I have a travel vlog. So I'm also on YouTube as Ashley Cupid. So I made it very
Yes.
simple for everyone, like I'm a celebrity. Ashley Cupid. Just type it in and you'll know.
And how
But
do
yeah,
you spell
that is
Ashley
where,
Cupid?
yes, that's how you can find me. So Ashlei. That's a little unique, a
EI.
little different, EI. But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's basically where I do all of my content, where I kind of just do everything. I should be on
Yeah.
TikTok. I have to do better.
Don't
And
worry, it's gonna go away soon anyway. No.
yeah, I'm like, you know what? Everyone, Instagram isn't going anywhere for a while.
Yeah.
Instagram and YouTube. So those are the main two platforms that I'm on that you can
Yeah.
find me.
Awesome. Well, I love it. Thank you so much again for joining me. And it's so relaxing to just have a conversation and to, be able to, talk about the things that we enjoy. So,
Yes, I love it. Thank you for having me. I
yeah.
I really had a great time, and I'm like, yes, I love this.
Girl, and
I
I
could
can't
talk
wait
to
till
you.
you
I
come
could
to New
talk to you all
York.
night.
Exactly. And we could do it again. We could do it again, podcast or no podcast. And I know you're going to come up to New York and visit me. So
Yes, I I
we
will.
have
You know
that.
I will.
Exactly. Well, that'll wrap it up for today, everyone. Thank you again for listening to Improper Mimi, where we talk about empowering women at home, work, and play. And we had us a good time playing today and chit chatting. So definitely share this episode with your friends and family or anyone that you think would be encouraged, and just have a good time, and enjoy themselves listening to such a great episode. So, love you guys, and we'll talk to you later. Ciao.
Ciao.
Bye.